A billionaire CEO hired a personal assistant, only to discover that this assistant not only couldn't drive but didn't even know how to fasten a seatbelt. The helpless CEO quickly stopped the woman from fumbling with the seatbelt. The woman thought the CEO was going to help her fasten it personally like in TV dramas, so she nervously closed her eyes. After waiting for a long time without feeling any movement from the CEO, the woman opened her eyes to find the CEO staring at her. The CEO told the woman to sit in the back seat. The woman realized she had overthought the situation and awkwardly ran to the back seat. After sitting down, the woman secretly made faces at the CEO, but the CEO saw everything clearly. The woman instantly felt so embarrassed she wanted to disappear. The next day when the woman came to work, she found the CEO asleep in his office. Taking advantage of the CEO's sleep, the woman complained in front of him about how he usually gave her a hard time. Unexpectedly, the CEO suddenly had a nightmare and pulled the woman into his embrace. The woman was at a loss, staring blankly at the CEO. The CEO calmly asked the woman if she had seen enough. The woman immediately stood up and hurriedly apologized to the CEO. Unexpectedly, the CEO complained that the woman was too heavy. Soon after, the woman received a call from her landlord and hurried home, only to be demanded compensation by the landlord. A previous water pipe burst had caused the floor to be damaged by water. The woman was shocked when she saw the bill and explained to the landlord that she had mentioned the pipe problem long ago. However, the landlord blamed the woman for not being home when repairs were needed, so all the costs had to be borne by the woman. The woman was stunned. At this moment, the CEO called asking the woman to return to the company to accompany him to meet clients. The woman hurriedly explained that she had an emergency at home and hung up the phone. The CEO already hated it when people lied to him. To verify whether the woman was lying, he specifically looked up the woman's address and drove over. Upon entering, he saw the woman being bullied by the landlord. The CEO directly refuted that the landlord had no right to evict tenants. The landlord said the house was his own, so why didn't he have the right to evict people? The CEO asked the woman if she had signed a contract. The woman said she had signed for 1 year and still had 6 months remaining. The CEO took out the contract and argued based on reason, telling the landlord that the contract stipulated that damage to facilities within the property should be borne by the landlord, and all losses should also be covered by the property owner. The woman looked at the CEO with pleasant surprise. The CEO disdainfully asked the woman if she didn't read the terms when signing contracts. The landlord became very angry and demanded the woman leave immediately. The woman panicked. The CEO calmly demanded breach of contract compensation from the landlord. The landlord refused. The CEO said then they would see each other in court, and also told the landlord that the losing party would bear attorney fees and litigation costs. The landlord was immediately speechless and could only leave in defeat. Seeing that the CEO had helped her so much, the woman was about to thank him when the CEO told her to go to the hospital for a physical examination. The woman was confused. The CEO said he wanted the woman to test her IQ. The woman instantly understood what the CEO meant. Afterwards, the CEO asked the woman to accompany him to see someone. The CEO also bought flowers. The woman thought the CEO was going on a date. Only when they arrived did she discover it was a hospital. At the hospital room door, the CEO asked the woman to go in and help comfort the patient. The woman went in with confusion and comforted the patient according to the CEO's instructions. Unexpectedly, the patient suddenly had an episode. The woman hurriedly explained the situation to the CEO. The CEO didn't blame her and even bought the woman a gift. The woman was delighted with the gift. When she returned home and looked at the gift, she began fantasizing in her heart about whether the CEO liked her.